Hello, everybody, and welcome to 48-Hour Art Check round 151, where hopefully my Wi-Fi works this time.
Yeah, hopefully.
So, yeah, I've installed a lot of updates to my computer. Emily hasn't had Wi-Fi issues in a while, so knocking on wood that I haven't jinxed it now.
Yeah.
But this should go off pretty smoothly. Emily, what have you gotten done since the last art check?
Okay, I made some sketches. This started as a sketching Aaron later in the story and trying to figure out what's it gonna look like when he gains a little bit more weight, when his hair starts to grow out again. And then I really liked the sketch. So then then I decided I'm gonna turn it into a thing. But I dialed him back again. So this isn't actually the test to see what his hair would look like really long or what he looks like when he gains weight. This is like very much middle most of the story, not in the future him type of a thing. So he's still pretty skinny, not as skinny, but like healthy skinny as opposed to unhealthy skinny. And so, did that. And then I made one of Gail because I wanted to. And then I also worked on more stuff. Timothy's alarm is going off. Can you hear that?
Oh yeah.
Timothy.
I just saw him run past behind you.
I'm glad that you heard it and I didn't just stop for nothing, like nobody heard anything. And I worked on this panel, which took me longer than it should have because this is a very important building that most of the story takes place in. I would say 90% of it. And so I had to think of okay, how many floors are there? What's the layout on the inside? What about this and this and this? And then I realized, I could just make a building. And then I did. I started worrying about where are the windows going to be for this and this and this? And I was like, how about instead of planning out where the windows are, you can just make a building that's about the right size, and it's got the right entry points, and general looks right type stuff, and that's good enough. And so I did that. This is almost done, except for there's going to be a sign right here.
Okay.
But yeah, so there's that. I've done more. I'm just not showing it. I've done more in the next episode. So yeah, that is what I did. I'm sure I did some other sketches, but they're not. I did some venting art. No, I'm not going to show anywhere. And then I did some other sketches that are just I don't know what will come of them, so I'm not showing them yet because they don't they're took me 10 minutes to do. I don't know if it's worth it. So that's what I did. What about you?
As a semi-joke, semi-serious question, I'm going to ask, how's the title of your comic coming?
It's coming. You were right. And I was right. That I wasn't going to settle on the thing that I suggested, but I'm really close to it. So
Gotcha. I just needed to ask for strictly educational purposes.
It's so close. I'm missing one word. Okay.
For anybody that doesn't know, this has been a
ongoing problem for me.
minimum 7-month process between Emily and I together. Because I was still living in the house when it started.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. It's been a minute.
Yeah, just a little.
What happened? I got nail polish on my.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's actually really sad. Did you take nail polish remover to it?
I'm scared because the squishy thing is really thin. What if I melt it with the acetone?
Just get the nail polish remover that doesn't have acetone.
I don't have that. I only have acetone. I don't know what to do. Anyways, continue.
You're good. So I did some stuff, and then I realized it was futile and not going to work. So I don't
Fine.
have anything.
Okay.
But basically, I was starting to do a content calendar so I could take the capstone class next semester. And last night I realized, oh, I need to be able to make my Instagram public for this to count. I would need to have public social media pages.
Can you just make a new one?
I could, but
You have to
it
start from the ground up.
wouldn't be. It would be one, starting from the ground up. It would, and then two, be the exact page that I want to do, just a separate account, because I don't want to do anything else. And so I either make a project that I don't want to make at all, or I basically just postpone it. And so I started to like think about like posts I could make, and I had like one post like all planned out. I had like a couple posts like all planned out, like the pictures were ready in my head.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, I actually
Can't. Yeah.
I can't do this. Like I genuinely cannot do this capstone right now. And so yeah, I have to wait. So I did stuff. I thought it through a lot. Like there was actually a lot of thought process into it. I had like captions all thought out in my head. I had like the pictures planned out. I had like a rough posting schedule. And then I realized that I can't do it. So
I'm sorry.
it's all good. It was like, I don't know. I mean, it was kind of a good rude awakening. Like at least I had the realization before I got in the class, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it sucked. I'm still staying registered in the class in hopes that
things change.
Yeah, the likelihood is not high at all. It's like a 2% chance. But yeah, basically I'd have to have public social media. And even if I did have another public account, it would still be really risky for me to have any public social media right now.
Yeah.
So I just can't do it because it's a social media class, and then I'd basically have to do visual if I wanted to do capstone, and I don't. So
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's my thanks. So that's what's going on.
Do you want to just lump that with your challenges?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did stuff and then I couldn't do it. And then I was still sick.
Yeah.
I was still sick last week. Yeah. So it went from a sinus infection to Seth brought something back from Florida, and I think it was COVID.
Cool. But you just got COVID though.
No. That's what I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Was him bringing it back. So we're pretty sure I had COVID. You're like, not again. No, so we're pretty sure it was COVID, but I was outside of the time frame in which the test would test positive. And so I didn't get a test, but like I lost my sense of smell completely. It was completely gone. Trouble breathing, all that stuff. And then that turned into an upper respiratory virus. And now I've almost completely kicked that. But kicking it has been chugging like, I think I've chugged like 8 of these. And then also I have to like suck on hard candies so I can get some of the moisture back in my mouth.
Yeah.
And then basically laying in bed most of every day. And then like I'd go do like, I don't know, like I would go to the park and hammock because that didn't require anything, or I'd go sit in a movie theater. Like,
yeah,
those were my adventures.
Your
it wasn't like
activities.
Yeah. I really can't stand being stuck in my house for 2 weeks anymore.
Yeah.
Please, I need to go do stuff.
Also got questions. Oh yes, I have had waifu issues. And then yeah, I would love it if it was just called No Name. Untitled Goose Game. Yeah. Anyways, I didn't want to go by without answering the questions, but I didn't realize.
Sorry, I answered.
I did not
answered
realize
one of them.
You. Yeah. Anyways, that's rough, buddy.
That's all good. It's over now. The thing is too, I wasn't even upset that I was upset. I was upset that I was sick. I was upset that I couldn't be productive. I'm okay with being sick for like 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 3 days. I can handle 3 days. But then once I hit like day 4 and 5, and I still couldn't go to work, and
It's annoying.
I couldn't go be productive. I couldn't go see my work friends. Like I couldn't do anything. I could only see the people that I had been seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Because whatever I did they had already been exposed to the previous week, and they didn't get it. Are you freaking serious? I'm just gonna be blurry. And so that's just kind of what got like under my skin. Yeah, awesome. That's just kind of what got under my skin, and then I would go into work the week after because I wasn't contagious anymore, and they would like my supervisor would look at me and be like, "Are you okay?" And I'd be like, "I can't breathe." Like in between phone calls, I'd be like, and she's like, "You should go home," and I was like, "I need money."
Yeah.
But yeah, then I went to a doctor, and then he was like, "Yeah, you're off today and tomorrow," and I was like, "Great." And so now I'm back, and I got taken off the phones last night, and they're like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Please don't send me home. Please let me stay." But anyways, yeah, just being sick, which just like seriously, I just hate being sick. You don't like being sick either, because you don't like when stuff disturbs your productivity.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm sick. Perfect. I have all this time at home, and I can do stuff that I would do if I had more free time. But I'm too sick to do the things. So then I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just like hopefully I get past the point where I need to sleep all the time, but I'm still sick and I can do the things. You know what I mean? Because I'll have the energy. That like day 3, it's a good day sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
I just had 14, which is why I got pissed off.
Yeah, that's too much. Yeah. 7, I'm like, all right, that's enough. We're done here. Can I please leave the house? Yeah. Anyways.
What were your challenges?
Time, as always. One thing that I have had that's been a past challenge that I'm working on, and I probably should have said it in art check thing. I bought the subscription version of Clip Studio Paint, which means that I can do it on my iPad now. So now there's like a cloud-based thing. I could upload the comic into the cloud and download it and work on my iPad, which means that I don't have to be at my desk to work at stuff. I can work at stuff on like the couch when Tim was home and we're just chilling. I don't have to be in a separate room from him now, and just other times, so I can kind of squeeze it in more now, hopefully. We'll see how that goes. I still have to I have to install all of the brushes and fonts into the iPad version. But challenges, as always, the wrist. I had one day where I didn't even want to go to the gym because I'd have to get dressed, and just like pulling the clothes around and tying the shoes would be enough that I didn't want to do it because my wrist is bound. What?
I remember that. I remember
that conversation. Yeah. I'm going to the doctor today, so we're going to find out what's wrong with me today. And hopefully it's not like heartbreaking news, like actually your hand is about to fall off in 2 days. Like, you know? So
you're just a lizard.
Yeah. Like
it'll regrow.
What if they're like, actually your hand is slowly dying, you need to learn how to use your left hand? You know, like that would be bad. So we're gonna find out what's wrong, and it's gonna be okay.
If they tell you already need to learn how to use your left hand, you're ahead of the curve.
Yeah, I just don't want that to be the answer. Also, I've heard stories of people in worse condition recovering fully, so I'm hoping, because like Corey had a video where he had a guest who had like all of these things for like, here's how to be healthy with your hand, but he was stuck in like a claw and had to go to physical therapy for 3 months to get out of it. I'm not a claw. I'm close to that, but I'm not that.
Yeah.
So
I when you said it, I was like, didn't Corey have? You like beat me to it. I was chewing on my cookie.
Yeah, he had like an episode about it, and he started to experience some like aches and pains pandemic because you're just sitting in the same desk, and the ergonomics start to really kick in if you're on it that long. So anyways, I'm hoping it's gonna be okay. I'm hoping I can just get a shot, and then when I'm on health insurance, then I can go to PT. Also, yes, it was Mike.
I was about to say, I think so.
Yeah. I was gonna say I just didn't remember what Mike's last name was to say who it was. But yeah. Anyways, so there's that. Yeah, I'm the same. The weeks bleed together. It's usually the same challenges for me every single time. So those are my challenges. What are you gonna do next time?
The thing is that I had my heart set on this content calendar and getting that figured out.
And now you don't know what to do.
And now I don't know what to do because I was like, oh, you know what? Like, I'm gonna get ahead. The thing is that my senior project is contingent upon what the doctor tells you today. So if you get good news, then I'll probably start figuring out some senior project stuff.
Yeah.
If the news is not good, then I'm probably just gonna take a medical deferment and not do classes next semester. And then I'll just probably still do. I'm just gonna work. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But what I'll do is I'll probably just slowly start to figure out stuff for your comic. But I also need a title. Like, there's some stuff that I can do.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's just kind of like, that's just kind of the thing. For those of you guys that don't know, my senior project, I'm not going to be the one running it. I'm going to be the man behind the scenes for marketing for Emily's webcomic. So I am going to do market research. I am going to this is going to be like so, like, it sounds so fun, so I feel like it shouldn't count as a senior project. Like, I'm going to study like webtoons, like I'm going to study like webtoons, like we've been reading one, or Emily's read it all. I've been reading one called Purple Hyacinth that Emily really likes, and she sends me some of the posts sometimes. So like, I'm going to study what they're doing. I'm going to try and get in touch with her. I'm going to try and like reach out to some like really good like webtoons people. I'm not going to try and get in touch with the girl that does Lore Olympus because I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm not going to get through to her, but I feel like I might be able to get through to like Purple Hyacinth or like some of the other ones that you guys really like, and be like, hey, how did you go about doing this? You know, I'm a marketer, like I'm trying to learn. I'm going to like read some webtoons, like study kind of how the episode compares to the post that they made. I'm going to be doing a bunch of that stuff. And so that may sound like I can do it without Emily's hand, but I also need final results, at least examples. I need things to share that isn't just my research. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to compose a content strategy marketing guide for Emily. And then the last few weeks are going to be her implementing that marketing strategy into posting 3 times a week. The stuff that we have made already, like I'm going to do like pictures of her at her desk, pictures of her drawing on her iPad, like those types of things. It's super nerdy. Anyways, you can tell I've thought this through a lot, and Emily's excited for it. It's going to be really great. It just depends on, if she doesn't have her hand, she can't get much further in the comic, which means that she can't release the comic in April, next semester, which was the plan, was for it to be released next semester. So the content guide was going to be done by June. And so that's like kind of if her hand is good, You'll all know because that will be what I have
What we
worked
do.
on.
Yeah.
If her hand isn't good, I genuinely don't know. I might just take a week off to kind of figure out what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I really did, like, I thought a lot about that content calendar and I can't do it. And if I can't do the senior project, I can't do the senior project, but it's one that I'm willing to wait for because it's the only one that's really been exciting to me.
Yeah.
And so, like, it's really just contingent because I don't think your hand is going to be injured to the point where I can't do it in September.
Hopefully, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean, though? Like, it
Yeah.
should be better. It should be better enough for you to keep going.
I'm hoping. It really depends on. I don't get health insurance until
July.
like a few months. Yeah, until after I start working, which is so stupid. But yeah. So like this doctor visit is out of pocket, you know. So yeah.
Yeah. So that's really what's going on. Is just kind of like it really depends on what. There's a lot of variables.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah. Anyways, everybody, there's my super nerdy my senior project that's going to drive everybody nuts because Emily and I are going to be like, oh, so I worked on stuff, but I can't show you. Like, it's going to be like, oh, yeah, so I made this stuff for the comic.
And it's all blurred out.
And it's all, like, pixelated.
We should just find a blurred out filter.
Yeah, we should.
And then we could show everything. Just couldn't show it.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of like the whole thing. But like there will be stuff that I can show, which is like Emily, we've talked about it. It has been a discussion.
I mean, just to like give a little window into, I've started writing most things with my left hand, and I'm actually getting kind of good at it. That's where I'm at.
We were watching Avatar, and she's like, oh, "I need to work on my left hand," and then like went up and got like
I've stopped doing like the little drills where I just write the brown fox jumps over the lazy dog over and over again. I'm just like writing notes at work in it, and it's like really messy, but it's totally readable. But like some of it is like if I write slowly, if I slow down, it's pretty decent. Still a little shaky, but yeah,
just takes practice.
I shaded the thing that I drew. Hold up. The iPad is less ergonomic, and this was done on the iPad, which is why I did this. But like, this was shaded with my left hand. Most of it, like 90% of it, was shaded with my left hand because I didn't care if it was that messy. It just took me way longer than it needed to. So that's where I'm at. Just to gauge, like, it's not good.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah,
it's not good. So the chances of the senior project happening next semester are slim.
Hopeful but slim.
But slim. So anyways, so I really don't know. I could come next week with absolutely nothing. I could come next week having surprised us all.
Yeah.
No clue. So what are you gonna do?
So cool thing. Yesterday, Webtoon announced a short story contest. The winner, the first place winner, gets $50,000.
Are you serious?
And an offer for an original. So you see,
you're on my other screen, so I'm looking at you right now.
So you see, it is in my best interest to stop all things and immediately make this short story. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that. I already spent like too long trying to fall asleep because I was actually planning out the story. So this is when my backup story that is like, you know, when this one is all done, I'm gonna make this one next comes in, because I can't possibly come up with it. It has to be a fight scene. I can't possibly come up with a fight scene with my current characters that is not canon. You know what I mean?
That would not be.
And it would be major spoilers if I did do something that was canon.
Wouldn't you be getting the shorts, like the comic deal for that short story, though?
I don't know. I have to do a little bit of research because I have not been around with Webtoons enough to see what the results of past winners were. I'm going to kind of check that out today. do a little bit of background research, because if I have to do it with my main characters, then I will find a way to do it. I just already have a story ready to go that I didn't have to figure out how it works with the current canon, because there is no current canon. There's just a concept for the story. So
I have canon.
You have canon for this one? The other one that's not the main one?
Oh no, the main one.
Oh.
I have thoughts.
Yeah. So I have to come up with something. But I do have, like, it'll be new drawing challenges, because I've just been drawing my characters the whole time. It'd be different characters, it'd be different enemies and things like that. So I'm gonna keep that wrapped up a little bit. But yeah, the thing is due like June or something. So like that's enough time if I start now to get it and make it as good as I can. So I gotta take the shot. So
is it just like typing out a short story for people to read, or do you have to draw it too?
Oh, it's making an episode that's 60 panels. Yeah, at least 60 panels. So I can do it in the time frame. But yeah.
My first thought was you're gonna murder your hand.
Oh yeah, there's that. Still drawing. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do, but I gotta do that. Like they didn't have one last year. They haven't had one in like a couple years, so it's like I've got to take the opportunity. I have to. So yeah, especially if it means that I could go straight shot into originals, which obviously that's a slim chance, but like top 10 winners still get stuff. So, and like the top 3 are getting offered originals, and they still get a huge cash prize. So like the first place is 50,000, but like third place is also amazing. And so yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on.
Yeah.
Yeah, is planning that out and just doing like the thumbnails and stuff probably for that. I already have like I'm probably going to set it in a place that exists in real life, so I can just take pictures of the backgrounds and rough it up a little bit, and obviously like do it in my style. But like I have, it works great in this particular place on campus. I'll just take pictures of all the shots and then base it off of that. And then I don't really have to worry about the backgrounds nearly as much.
Yeah.
So like stuff like that would be nice. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways,
I have to go to work, but next week is going to be our 50th episode celebration. Because
our 150th.
Sorry, yes, our 150th episode celebration. Because I don't have to rush off to work, so we can actually go an hour. So if you have, is it next week? I hope it's next week, because otherwise I just lied, but I'm pretty sure it's next week. If you have
yes,
if you have ideas, 1 second, let me check. It's next week. Yeah, April 5th. If you have ideas on what you want us to talk about, please let us know. It really just kind of might be like a project idea free for all thing. It might be what it is, but it'll be fun. We'll be here for a full hour, which will be exciting.
Also, if I get enough work done on that, like on the episode thing, like that's not something that I'm gonna keep locked up. There's no spoilers. It's like a one-shot thing. It's an episode, so I would be less tight-lipped about that.
So we might be able to actually talk about that then. Crap, I was gonna say something that we could talk about, and then I completely forgot it.
That's fine.
Who knows? We'll talk about it next time. It'll be great. Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, if you want to find my stuff, go to _comeback_KLD. Right now, it is a private account. But if you request to follow me, and I see that you are a fellow artist or something like that, I will accept your follow request. I have been looking in to see who's been requesting to follow me and not just automatically declining or accepting people. So feel free. It will be public at some point in the future. That day seems to be going further and further away. However, it will come at some point. And then if you want to find Emily's stuff, go to @Gumminelli on Instagram, Facebook. I almost said YouTube, but go here for YouTube. For Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Gumminelli.com. There is no link in the descriptions below, unless did you put them there?
Mm-hmm.
Never mind, there are links in the description below. On my broadcast, there were not, so I'm really glad you kept yours. There are links in the description below. Go find our stuff. Check us out, and we will see you guys episode 152 to celebrate hitting 150.
Hey.
Bye, guys.